Hi, this is Mary Ellen with Portraits of Me, and today I'm coming to you with a tag video. I have been watching all over BookTube this tag, and I decided I'm going to do it. A little bit late to the party here, but I thought it would be a fun tag because the more I watched people's videos, the more I thought, hey, this is something I want to do. So I'm doing it, and that tag is called the Mid-Year Book Freakout tag. I'm doing that for 2019, so stay tuned to hear my answers. Okay, thank you for joining me in this tag. I'm really excited to answer the questions and to discover what books that I picked for each one, and I hope you're excited to hear what books I'm choosing as well. This year I've read so far a total of 37 books, so I have reached my Goodreads goal of 35 books. Why so low, you may ask? Because I was hoping to read a lot more of my thick tomes, but so far I haven't really gotten to them yet. But out of those 37 books, I'm going to use those for the answers to this tag. So let's just begin with question number 1. Oh, I forgot to say, I will place the originator's video in the description box below once I find out who that is, so that way they get credit for making up this tag as well. Okay, now let's do question number 1. Best book you've read so far in 2019. And I have to say, the best book that I've read this year is this book right here, Strange the Dreamer. I think this was such a great story. I can't believe it took me so long to get on Strange the Dreamer bandwagon here. It was actually one of the first books I read this year, and I can't wait to read the sequel to it. So this book here is about Laszlo Strange, who embarks on the journey to the city of Weep, and it's all about him trying to discover what happened to that city. So very interesting book, and this is my favorite so far this year. Question number 2. Best sequel you've read so far in 2019. So the best sequel that I've read this year is the sequel to The Queen of the Tyrling, and that is The Invasion of the Tyrling. So this is another series that I discovered late from everybody else on BookTube, but it's one that I'm enjoying immensely, and so this is my favorite sequel so far. I haven't made it to book 3 yet, but I'm still looking forward to reading book 3. So The Invasion of the Tyrling is my pick for the best sequel I've read in 2019. Question number 3. New release you haven't read yet, but you want to. Okay, you guys, I was so excited for this new release this year. I even bought the special edition Owl Crate box, and that book is this book right here, Finale. So this is the nice Owl Crate edition of the cover of Finale, and this is the Caraval series, the 3rd book that I haven't read yet, but I've had since it released. So I'm looking forward to reading this one very, very soon. Okay, question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. The release that I am so looking forward to, and that I've bought another special edition box for through Beacon Book Box, is the 4th book in the 3 Dark Crowns series, and I believe it is titled 5 Dark Fates. I'll put a picture here of the book that I just cannot wait to read when it comes out in September. Now, am I going to be like I was with Finale and not read it for a couple of months after its release date? No, I'm not, because actually, plugging in a little promotion here, actually in September I'm going to be reading sequels. So I'm dubbing September Sequel September, and I'm going to read all the sequels to the series that I haven't gotten to yet to catch myself up. And that one is one of them. So that's a sequel I'm going to add, as well as Finale. So I'll be reading this in September. Okay, let's get to question, are we on number 4 or 5? 5. Let's get to question number 5. Biggest disappointment. So my biggest disappointment for 2019 is this book right here. It is called The Witch's Daughter, and I was so disappointed in this tale. It sounded so good, but it just did not grab me and take me into the story. So this book is about a girl whose mother is accused of being a witch, and she is hung. And now, because her mother was accused, they're saying she is as well. So it's her story of how she actually had to learn the craft in order to escape the execution. Sounded good. To me, it wasn't so much. So this is my biggest disappointment. Question number 6. The biggest surprise. Okay, on the reverse end, my biggest surprise was a middle grade book that I read for middle grade March. And that book was this book right here called The Littlest Bigfoot. This book was so cute. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did when I read it, and I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads. And this book is about a little girl who feels really awkward because she is a lot taller, a little bit chubbier, just not as popular as all the other kids in her school. So she's always felt like an outcast. And then she meets this other little awkward girl who happens to be a Bigfoot, and they become friends. And so the whole story is about learning to accept yourself, your differences in yourself and in others. And it was a really cute story about these two and how they learned that lesson. So highly recommend this if you like to read middle grade. Question number 7. Favorite new author. So this could be an author that's new to you, or in this case, new to me, or new author in general making a debut novel or writing a debut novel. I picked an author that's new to me, and that author is this one right here, Laini Taylor. She's one of my favorite new authors now, so I cannot wait to read more of her books. I totally fell in love with her writing style in Story of the Dreamer and with her imagination. So I'm looking forward to having a happy relationship with Laini Taylor in the future as I read more of her books. Okay, now question number 8. Newest fictional crush. Okay, I'm not a crushing kind of person. I don't really crush much on actors or fictional characters, but I did pick one for this question. I picked someone who had the characteristics that I like to look for in somebody I want a relationship with. So the person I picked was Aspen in The Selection. And I picked him because he is very kind, understanding, very patient with America as she strings him along. And I'm not going to tell you how many books because I don't want to spoil anything. But I thought that he was really kind and gentle and patient and loving and the kind of guy that I would like to have a relationship with. And he also has a lot of the characteristics my husband has, and so of course he's going to be my fictional crush. Okay, question number 10. Oops, I did it again. Question number 9. Newest favorite character. I picked Thisbe from Thisbe, the Stoop and the Black Mountain. I picked her because she is such a fun character. And let me just read what I wrote because I described it really well with what I wrote. And I don't think I can say it as well. I picked Thisbe because she's practical but fun, hardworking and adventurous. Plus, she learned through her adventure to be content and happy with her life choices. And I think I would enjoy a day in the dungeon following her around as she tends to all the monsters there. Now that would make a fun YouTube vlog, wouldn't it? Following her around and discovering all the monsters she takes care of. So she's somebody that I really enjoyed reading about and would love to be a friend to if I was in this world. Okay, question number 10. Book that made you cry. Now, out of the 37 books that I've read, I really haven't read a book that made me cry. I've read some sad stories like Summer Lost and Sadie, but I haven't cried with any of the books that I've read. But hey, there's still half a year to go, so there might be some tears in my future. We'll see. Question number 11. A book that made you happy. Now that I can definitely pick a book for. And the book that I picked for this question is Daughter of the Pirate King, because this was such a fun, adventurous tale, and I really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. I really like the main character, whose name is Alosa. She was very fun, and I loved her attitude and her sense of adventure and the secrets she held. Overall, a very fun story, and I'm looking forward to reading the next one in this series. Okay, now let's get to the next question. Question number 12. The most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. Now, the weird thing is, I have two books that I want to share with you that I thoroughly enjoy the cover to. And oddly enough, both of these books I received in my Beacon book box. Isn't that funny? They pick such beautifully covered books. So the first one I'd like to mention is this one right here. It is Romanoff, and I just absolutely adore this cover. It's just a beautiful cover. And then I'm a big, huge fan of red and black together. That's probably why I am drawn to this beautiful cover. And the other book is the book that just came in this month's Beacon book box, and that is The Beholder. This one's more eerie beautiful because it's showing a ship that it looks like it's grounded under an ocean, and it's just pretty. It just makes you wonder what happened on this ship to cause it to look like this and be in that kind of setting. So this one just like sparks my imagination with the cover, and this one is just very beautiful. So these are the two books that I'm picking that have the best cover so far that I've purchased. Okay, and the last question is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? I have a lot of books I need to read by the end of the year. I'm going to insert a photo here of my TBR. Those are all the books that I really need to get through before the year closes, and that's my goal, is to finish those books. But my most highly anticipated book that I want to read this year is this one right here. Oops, upside down. Is this one right here, Muse of Nightmares, because as I just shared with you, Laini Taylor is becoming one of my favorite authors, and I loved the first book and cannot wait to dive into the world of Strange the Dreamer and find out more. So looking forward to reading this one. Definitely got to get to that one this year. In September, it's going to be, what is it, everybody? Sequel September! So if you're interested in doing a Sequel September, let me know in the comment box below. There are so many books that I know are out there that you guys need to read, that you guys have started series and need to continue it. So September, plan on that being your month to continue those series. Okay, you guys, that's it for this book tag. Again, it's called the Mid-Year Book Freakout Tag for 2019. This is my first year participating in this tag, and it just might become a regular tag that I do each year as I continue to make videos for BookTube. What do you think? Did you enjoy this tag? If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I try to do a book-related video at least once a week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great morning, day, evening, or night, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!